you're aware of a show that came out in Australia. It's called Love on the Spectrum.
Yes,
Um,
that was my that was like what guided me to do this.
Gotcha. Now, of course, as with anything new in the social light, you have people who, approve of it, people who don't. But the fact remains that demand for individuals like yourself has skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And what's super interesting is that not only has demand for this kind of service for neurodivergent individuals has skyrocketed, we're actually seeing an uptick in demand for these sort of services for neurotypical individuals who are younger, like millennials, especially Gen Z, where they're shelling out cash hand over fist to join into clubs and things like that in an effort to make friends.
Yes.
So we're living in a very different world where being exposed to social settings where you can make meaningful friends has never been more difficult, obviously.
It's very difficult.
Post-pandemic, right?
Yes.
I'd like to learn more about your approach, right? Because everyone has a different approach, and I want to know what's your approach to counseling autistic or other neurodivergent individuals and sharpening their social skills specifically.
So I do a very easy role-playing game approach. It is customized on the individual's needs, but for the social skills tutoring, I always cover initiating and maintaining conversation, knowing the difference between a friendly face, an acquaintance, and a friend, making and keeping friends, appropriate topics for discussion, how to utilize small talk, how to be part of a group discussion, and how to leave a conversation gracefully. And then for dating and relationship guidance, I help the individuals manifest what kind of relationship they're looking for, whether it be plain companionship or a romantic relationship. We then figure out how they want to meet the people, whether it be in person, and I help them find those avenues, or online, and I help them with their profiles. From there, I help them with the concept of flirting, appropriate text messaging, how to ask someone on a date, how to plan a date, what to talk about on a date, what to do when the check comes, what happens if, unfortunately, the person you went out with didn't like you and rejected you. How do you process those feelings? Or even in reverse, what if you don't want to see the person again? So counseling them through the whole process so it's not as overwhelming.
Well, so you actually preempted another question of mine with respect to dating, because that is another aspect. It's super interesting because these days it feels like this is a lost art, and that people are so heavily influenced by social media that a lot of younger generations have this kind of differing worldview on what the actual world is. So one thing I always push on my other channels is that the internet is not real life.
No.
And what you see on the internet is not what you're going to get with real people. So if you ask a girl on a date, she's not going to whip out a tape measure to see how tall you are.
Exactly.
She's not going to ask you to show her your bank account. That's just not real. And I feel like a lot of people have, interestingly, lost that art in approaching another person that you may like and how to interact with them and maybe win a date. And don't get me wrong, it is ultra nerve-wracking.
Yes, it is.
Because no one wants to feel rejection. So now imagine that in an individual who already struggles with general social skills, like the kind of anxiety and stress that comes with that. And when I read that on your website, that that is a service that you offer, I was completely blown away, because it's so easy, whether you're a parent or you're an advocate, to be hyper-focused on generating life skills so you can navigate the world around you for a better quality of life. But it's interesting how it's not even in the mind for a lot of folks that having a relationship is a big part of that, having that long-term companionship. And I want to know, would you consider expanding your services to neurotypical individuals?
Oh, I already do. Yeah.
You already do? Okay.
Yeah. I have quite a few people who got in contact with me and said, I don't have a disability, but I'd like to improve my conversational skills. I find that, sometimes during social events, I'll freeze up and not know what to say. So I think everyone could use it because we're in the time of where our social skills are declining because of technology. So anyone can come to me. You don't have to have a disability, and we can work through it and make you more confident and have a higher self-esteem and get ready to get out there to approach people that doesn't involve your phone or your computer.
Sure. It's growing more and more to be a lost art, and
Yes,
just going and talking to people and connecting with people, and just, making friends, or, goodness, asking a girl on a date. Like,
exactly.
my whole life, it was always a scary thing. And listen, I'm 5'4". I am broke, right? But it never stopped me from trying, and
Exactly.
I've been shot down, and I've landed dates, and now I'm happily married, and I caught a beautiful woman, and listen, charm goes a long way. And just sometimes
Yeah.
just talk,
Yeah.
and don't be afraid.
I tell all of my clients, this is what I believe in life. The worst thing in life is not being rejected, but not taking a chance and seeing if it could have worked out.